Hi everybody, it's John Kadlic from Parallel Path for the latest edition of Trail Talks. Today I'm glad to be joined by my good friend Sarah Berger.
Hello!
We are at McCord Park in Worthington, Ohio for a little walk and talk. And as you see, we also have our pal Rue with us today.
Yes, we do.
Her pup. So maybe we could start, Sarah, with a little bit of overview of what MedVet's all about, what your role is there as Chief Communications and Marketing Officer.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, John. Rue and I are excited to be here. MedVet is founded here in Columbus, Ohio, and we are the largest veterinarian-owned and led network of emergency and specialty hospitals for pets. Here in Central Ohio, we actually are now up to 4 locations. The hospital here in Worthington, across the street, has 13 different specialties, plus 24/7 emergency and urgent care. And then we have 3 hospitals located throughout Central Ohio to serve the different communities, predominantly with emergency and urgent care.
Okay. And maybe for the sake of people that are less familiar with MedVet, what's a little bit different about your model versus maybe others?
Yeah, so MedVet is veterinarian owned and led. And so what that means is that our doctors and our team members own our organization. So you might hear about corporate medicine. That's not us.
Thank goodness, probably,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's nice. The doctors have the ability to have a say, right? Not only in the care delivery, the art and science of that, but in how we move our organization forward, making sure we stay abreast of the top equipments, advancements and therapies, participating in clinical studies, and having that veterinarian owned and led perspective just makes a difference in the patient care and also an impact on our doctor well-being.
Okay, so one of the things I think I'd be curious about, maybe others would be too, is pet health versus human health. You know, what are the differences? What are the similarities as a marketer? Like, how do you think about that?
Yeah, so I think from a care perspective, our pets experience many of the same, if not almost all of the same conditions that we do as humans. So there's a need for cardiology care. There's a need to keep our eyes healthy with ophthalmology, and as pets age, you know, they have different types of conditions. They can have diabetes, they can have heart murmurs, unfortunately, you can get cancer. And so we at MedVet can provide, you know, expertise, expert care in all of those areas. And like people, our pets can get into trouble. They, you know, eat things that they shouldn't. They, you know, break their bones. They have accidents. And when those incidents occur, they need a doctor, right? And so that's when the emergency care comes in. So really there are a lot of similarities and parallels to veterinarian and human health care. A big difference though is that your pet can't tell you using words what's going on.
Yeah.
And so you, as pet parents, as pet owners, we really got to be attuned to the signs in their body language and what that's telling us. You know, are they hiding? Are they squinting? You know, are they eating and drinking normally? We take a lot of cues from the body language. And then it's also really important that as we're working with our patients, we also have a lot of interaction with our clients because they know the pet best.
And you also have sort of all these audiences. So you market to pet owners, of course.
Sure, absolutely.
But then you also have vets and
Yep.
other people in the ecosystem. Maybe you could talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So emergency care is going to be available for everyone whenever you need it. And we're really serving as an extension of your family or primary care veterinarian. They're going to provide the wellness, the vaccinations, the everyday care from puppy all on throughout your life, kind of like your general practitioner or your kid's pediatrician. MedVet's there when they're closed, when they need a little bit of extra help, and then again for that specialty care. And just like your GP might say, hey, let me give you a referral to a cardiologist, we're going to say the same thing to your family vet. You know, they're going to come to us with diagnostics or questions or, you know, indications that maybe something's going on. and they're going to let us know about that and give us the referral, and then we're going to work with them to make sure that your pet gets the best possible care and outcome.
So there's always a lot of talk about like data and tracking and the challenges
Sure.
that come with that. I'd just be interested in how you think about measuring marketing success, and it's probably a multitude of things, but are there a handful that you're disproportionately paying attention to?
Well, we look at whether or not people engage with us. So when we're out and about in the community, do people stop and say hi? Do they take materials? Do they let us know about an experience that they had? We do have a client experience survey process that we're committed to because their feedback is so important in continuously improving our delivery of care and service. So our NPS, our Net Promoter Score, is really important to us. It's currently above 70, and we're really proud to maintain that.
That's a great number.
So that's important to us. We also look at things like open rates with email when we're working with our general practice veterinarians. We host a lot of events, so the more people that show up, that's a win for us. And then we're really starting to look a little bit more into some of the, I think maybe a little bit more financial metrics. Return on advertising spend is starting to become a little bit more important because, we don't have unlimited dollars.
Yeah, right.
So we have to look at that and just looking at, as the world evolves, how do we evolve with it? How do we make sure that we're investing our marketing dollars in the places that can have the greatest impact? And ultimately, it's about making sure that pets who need our care know where we are, know what we can do, know how to get to us, so that they can get better.
And given the fact that you're a multi-location business, it has some extra nuances that also are not typical for every health and wellness kind of brand. How do you think about the map, if you will?
Sure.
And how every location has its own unique situation?
Yeah, so we have prioritized over the years a more local approach to our marketing. I think right now we're really looking to find, what is the right balance between local and centralized, and then find the right ways to just be participatory in our communities, supporting the pet organizations, the family veterinarians.
Well, I also know from talking to you have a very methodical approach to sort of categorizing locations.
Sure.
And each of them has a slightly different formula for success. So it's not like every single location is 100% localized, if you will. It starts with a baseline of categorization, and then you localize from there. Is a lot of what I've observed.
Yeah, that's true. It really is about looking and honing in the strategy to best represent and support the hospital in the community it's in. We have very diverse communities all across the country, and so how we interact with the communities and our, whether it's the referring veterinarians or our clients, they're very different in California and in Louisiana and here in Central Ohio, and so we want, and even just up 71 to Cleveland, right? So we want to be cognizant of those nuances and be respectful of those. And then the other piece is that all of our hospitals are a little different.
Yeah.
MedVet Columbus has been here the longest. It's the first. And so it's also one of our largest with the 13 specialties. Chicago also has a wonderfully large hospital with many, many specialties. But then we also have emergency only. We have urgent care only. And then we have smaller multi-specialty hospitals that might have emergency, surgery, and only one or two other specialties. So that also comes into bear, because if we were to do the same thing for everyone, we would just probably miss something, right?
Yeah,
so it really is personalization for our locations, personalization for the communities, and then just trying to do that in a way that we can gain some scale. Because ultimately, a whole bunch of one-offs are difficult to manage and can introduce some risk and error into the process. So it really is about balance.
So as we sort of get to the end of our time together,
Yeah.
I'd be curious, maybe what's one thing you do for your own personal health and wellness? Everyone's formula is a little different.
Yeah, so I'll be a brand shout out person. So I'm very much into Headspace
Oh yeah?
for my mental well-being. A big fan of their sleep music, their meditations, as well as their focus music when I'm working in the office. And then so that kind of helps mentally. And then for physical, love my Peloton. Shout out
Still
to the
going
great coaches
strong?
there.
Still
Yep, going strong.
That's good.
And of course, we've got dog walks with Rue and other pups in the area. So and then you try to eat right, but I'm not giving up my French fries anytime soon.
For me, it's pizza.
Yeah.
So, well, hey, it was great to see you.
Yeah, thanks,
for
John.
joining
This was
me.
fun. Got 2 laps in.
We got
That's
2 laps
good.
in, and we got Rue some exercise for the day. So, thanks everybody for joining us for the latest edition of Trail Talks. We'll see you out on the trail again here soon. Take care.
Take care.